Hi everyone, are we there? Hi, hey, bros, Egbon. It's good to have you join us. Ali Baba is joining in. This is amazing. Thanks for joining us, Egbon. Thanks for yesterday. Yesterday was awesome, literally. If you did not watch the session with Ali Baba yesterday, you need to go on Ali Baba's live on his what's it called? But I don't think he will still be there by now. I think he probably would have disappeared because it's 24 hours thing. But however, luckily we have recorded it, so it's on ground. So it's going to be on our YouTube page. You can get access to it on our YouTube page, and on my YouTube page at Adefemi, Alex Adefemi on YouTube. So you can get access to it. But we'll give you all the details, and it's not just Alibaba session. All the other sessions you'll be able to get access to them on YouTube. And in case you missed them, you'll be able to watch them as much as you want to watch them, because this is a giveaway to everyone to make us really be like a companion in this time, in this period of lockdown, and that we're all having to sit at home and stay at home for our own safety. Nonetheless, but as well, we can find a way to make sure that that's what things we're talking about, using technology for entertainment. And I have been seeing a lot of entertainment people begin to do amazing stuff with technology, and some of them are start making money. I can see different people joining in. Wellness boss, hey my sister, how are you, darling? It's good to see you. This lockdown cannot keep. How did I put it? This lockdown will not put us down on our luck. Yes, so it's good to see you. It's good to see you. How's the family? Lady Oria is here as well. Sylvia Utienyi is here. Ubochi Innocent is here. I can see you. Yes, and like I mentioned earlier, Ali Baba is here as well. He's joining in. He's not speaking today. He just came to join. You see, Ross is just amazing in his support to the stuff that I do. I appreciate him again. So yesterday, like I was telling you guys, if you didn't watch yesterday, ooh, kapush. You missed. It was awesome, literally awesome. Ali Baba was, so some of us even know that he's like that. So it's some way he delivers. If you ever had to sit under him, teach or share, his level of intelligence is way above what you probably would expect if you haven't heard him speak before. Yes, so Wellness boss says, lockdown cannot win. No, family is fine. Hey, great. I know you've been doing a lot of great stuff. You need to go to her page as well, the Wellness Boss. She is a wellness enthusiast, and not just health. She's my sister that when I'm eating ordinary, what was I eating that day? And she was analyzing my food. I'm like, can I eat my food in peace? They're like, no, Triple A, you're eating this. You're not supposed to be eating this. This will add to your weight. I'm like, oh Lord, who said I should eat near this woman? He said, why are you looking so fine in your house robe? This is my house robe. It's my shirt. It looks like a house robe, and it's big. Oh, but it's okay. So you need to get to her page and see some of the stuff that she's doing. She's an amazing sister of mine. She's wonderful. She's awesome. Her name is Chris with a K. So just check her out, check her page out, and if you need to know how to stay healthy and all that stuff, what to eat, what not to eat, and then she has taken it beyond just your personal life into your work life, your businesses, and all what have you. I also have somebody else joining me, my brother, Coach Lala. It's good to see you, bro. It's good to see you join in. It's a joy to have you guys be part of what we are doing here. This is the Shift Conference. In case you did not know, in case you were just passing by and you're wondering what's going on here, let me check it out. Because that's the beautiful thing about this Instalive, Abby. You can just be passing by and just say, okay, what is online today? It's not on air, it's online. So what's online today? And you just pop in to see, just like you're changing channels. So I hope you stay with this channel at least for a while and see what we got for you, okay? So Coach Lala, it's good to see you, bro. It's good to see you. Last time I saw you, you were boiling in Ikeja, enjoying your life, cruising around town. I hope you're good, eh? I hope you're not like me. I think I've added a bit of weight in this lockdown period, and I would need a lot of gymming right now. So, hey, did I just say I had love? Wait, I'm looking for Chris's trouble now, because Chris will now start giving me lectures and preaching messages for me now on what to eat and what not to eat. Okay, so like I said yesterday, if you missed yesterday's session, we had the king of comedy himself, Ali Baba, and he delivered beyond my expectation. And trust me, my expectation is high of Ali Baba, and he delivered beyond that expectation. We talked about how in this time and age, how this the aftermath of this COVID-19, how it will affect the way we live our lives, the way we run our businesses, and then the way our jobs, and basically our everyday life. And then this morning, I just was on TVC, and I was invited on TVC, and I did it via Skype. And I was talking about, I think, how to reinvent yourself, and that was what we're talking about, how to reinvent yourself in the times of crisis. And this is the reality now, guys. This is the reality. Like we've been saying over and over, the experts are not giving us any concrete solution or vaccine that's been found that can cure this. The solution so far has been that we must do a lot of social distancing, and social distancing will be the norm. So for us in Lagos, in Nigeria, the lockdown will soon be over. I believe so. I trust by God's grace it will soon be over. Let me not say that I know it categorically or emphatically, but I can say that even after the lockdown is over, social distancing will continue. So you would need to be, there will be demand for us to live with social distance. So to be able to avoid and reduce to the barest minimum the spread of this virus while they fully combat it. Okay, so so that means they will have to rely more on technology, have to rely more on digital tools, and that's the reason why, one of the major reasons why we are doing this conference. It is called the shift. Shift your mindset from where you were before to where you ought to be next, because there's a new level out there. There's a new world era. This is a revolution. Underneath this is a noiseless revolution that will take charge. And that, like I said, it is noiseless, it is global, it is borderless. So once you realize that it's noiseless, global, and borderless, you know that you better start underneath within this lockdown period, begin to redesign, reinvent yourself to be able to be more effective in the world that we're about to step in after the lockdown. So in the post-COVID world, it will all change. We would rely more on technology. And if we rely more on technology, that means it will affect your job. It will affect your business. It will affect your relationships. It will affect your life, literally. So if you know that, you must now begin to look at what are the tools, what are the skills that I must begin to develop. We had a session with Evie Ibitoye, and she's an HR expert and a very good one at that. And she was telling us about what will likely change in workplaces, where it's very likely that people will start working more from homes. And then those are the things that they need to start, there are a few things that you need to start putting in mind, that you must be effective even from home, and things that you need. What are the digital tools that you must go and avail yourself of to be able to be relevant in the workplace? So those are the things that we talked about this last few days, and we still have a few days more, and in those few days we'll be getting more and more people on board. So, but today is what we are here for. Today is special, like every other day has been special. Today I'm bringing in not just a colleague or an expert. He's a bosom friend. This guy is my guy. I've known him since he was 2 years old. I'm just joking. But he is a very close friend of mine. He's literally my best friend. Let me just put it that way. He's a mental health mental health expert and advocate. So he's not just an expert on it. He has an advocacy for mental health, and he does that through his initiative called Live and Not Die. It's called, that's LAND for short. It's called Live and Not Die. Apart from that, he was just recently conferred with the honor of Global Goodwill Ambassador. So this guy has been doing, not just in Nigeria, around Africa. He's been helping a lot of people, a lot of organizations prepare and understand the importance of mental health and what are the things that you need to do to preserve your mental health. And at this time in particular, there's been a lot of worry. There's a lot of worries that turn to anxiety. There's a lot of fear that's turned to panic. And you can imagine those that panic and have histories of schizophrenia. All that is combined together, and people are under mental health attack at this time. And so I just thought that it was very, very essential that as we're doing this 11 to 12 days of the Shift conference, that we have a mental health expert and advocate come and talk to us about how to prepare and how to preserve your mental health, that of your family, that of your workforce, that of your children and those around you, so that we can all stay strong and resilient in this time and as we deal with what is going on at the moment. So please welcome with me Kindle Pelemo. I'm bringing him on board now. Say that because there was a bit of technical difficulties, but I believe those are sorted now by God's grace. So we can be able to take off, and this flight can take off and fly. Hey, my man, what's up,
bro?
Good to see you, bro. What are you doing?
Good to see you too.
Oh,
How are
okay.
you?
I
I'm
wasn't too
good.
sure. Oh, okay, cool. How you been, man? How far?
I'm very fine. I'm
Okay.
very good. Good to see you. Good
So
to
I
have
was
you.
just yeah. So I was just talking.
Good.
I was just talking about you and talking about what you have. You're sharing a little bit about who you are for those who might not know,
Yeah.
and that the fact that you're a
Okay.
mental health expert and an advocate.
Yeah.
You know, there's difference between being an
Yeah.
expert and difference between being an
And
advocate.
being an
So,
advocate.
so you
Yes.
are both combined, and then you've been able to
Mm.
create what the Live and Not Die initiative, which I am part
Yeah.
of, and I have
Yes,
been
you
able
are.
to. I volunteer my services as a coach and a therapist on
Volunteer
different.
your office as well.
Yes,
No, let me say this. Let me say this before you
what are you
continue.
saying?
No, wait. I could remember when you told me that. Well, I mean, you can put the office address. I told him that something that I've put since when.
So like I said, but you and I are not just colleagues. You and I are brothers. We've been
Yeah,
brothers for years, and then
way
we've
back.
had these we've been having these dreams and talking about these things that we want to do since about 20
Yeah,
years ago. And
yeah, about 20
and
years
I'm
ago.
so grateful to God that we are both here now, and both of us are
Mm-hmm.
experts in our own right, doing what we
Yeah,
have said we wanted to do. Even though some
yeah.
of us, someone like you move from oil and gas into fully into mental health. So
Well,
now,
yeah.
so let's get straight into it because of time spent, because we've had to use
Okay,
some time now. Now, you are going to be talking about 7 prescriptions. What's our topic again?
okay,
We're going to be talking about seven
okay.
prescriptions for
Yeah.
mental health. Is that it?
In
Let me
a,
just check that
yes.
out for a second. Just a minute.
7 prescriptions for mental health in a socially distant
Yes, I just
world, I
wanted to make sure
guess.
I'm getting the words correctly. 7 prescriptions
Yeah,
for mental health in a socially distant world. 7 prescriptions
yeah.
for mental health in a socially distant world.
Socially
Now, why are we
distant.
looking at
Mm,
7 prescriptions for mental health in a socially distant world? Simply
mm,
because
mm.
we realize that social distancing will become a norm for a while,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and because it has to be, it's being regarded as the one of the safest ways to prevent the spread of COVID-19 while they're looking for
COVID-19.
a
Yeah.
cure and then possibly a vaccine that will prevent
Mm,
it entirely. Now, but in that
mm,
period, social distancing will become a norm, and then we don't know
yeah.
how long it will drag for. Maybe a year, maybe two
Mm,
years, and within that time,
mm,
things will have changed a lot in the way we do our things as human beings in the
mm,
global scale.
mm.
But in the meantime, there is social distancing has is awkwardness. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
because of the way we are used to doing things, we are used to holding each other, shaking each other, spending time with each other, not distancing ourselves at all.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
so the question is, do you think that social distancing, do you think that do you think it will affect our mental health and our
Health.
emotions
Okay.
going forward? Let me start from there.
Okay. Okay. Now, just to start from, some of your submissions, the fact that we are created to be social beings. That's what
Mm-hmm.
human beings are. That's
Yes.
the way we are wired. We are created to socialize, to, work together, to live in family, to have friends. So
Yes.
that is the way we have been created by God. That's the way we are wired. And that will, I mean, tell a lot about how we behave, how we do things. That's why we have offices. But at a point in time, because of maybe technological advancement, now we are beginning to deviate from that, and it is creating a huge problem. And you
Okay.
know what? One of the greatest catastrophes our world will experience is when we begin to experience technological advancement at the expense of human health, in which mental health is one key component of
Mm.
such. So, for example, let me start by saying, like in the early 2000, there was the advent of smartphones.
Okay.
There was the advent of smartphones, and it was a big break, in the way it affects our lives, businesses, and every other thing.
Mm.
But it also correlates with the increase, at least to about 50 to 65% in the rate of depression among people from the ages 18 to 25
Wow.
with the advent of the use of smartphone.
Wow.
Although it is a relationship that is tagged correlation and not causation. So in other words, it is not the advent, it is not actually the use of smartphones that created that increase, but it is actually the way people they practice, how people make use of those things. It is not actually smartphone itself
Smartphone.
that
Mm.
caused, yes, that caused that, that rise in
Those mental
depression,
health
but it
challenges.
is
So,
the,
in other words, if I understand you clearly, sir, you're saying that
yeah, yeah,
there has been found, study has been done and been found that there's a correlation in the way people use smartphones and the
yes,
effect on their mental health.
you get it perfectly. There has
Wow.
been a correlation between the way people use smartphone, because one of those correlations is the fact that it created what is called the perceived social isolation, or simply put, loneliness. And that is what I termed, yes, that is what I call the loneliness in the midst of multitude. You have a
Mm.
whole lot of people who are together, but they are far apart. The
Mm.
closer we become in the society, then the more we begin to get apart because of the use of this smartphone. Remember, I said it's an issue of correlation and not causation. So if we are to even move a step further, which is what the new world order is going right now, the issue of 5G, which some people term the bedrock of the fourth industrial revolution,
Yeah.
that will create a more grievous, mental health challenge to people.
Wow.
You find it that the smartphone that we use has totally consumed a whole lot of things in us. Number one of them is what I call that loneliness. We are close now, but somehow we are still far apart. That's why
Mm.
you get home sometimes, you find out that everybody is doing something. The father is pressing his phone, the
Mm.
mother is pressing her phone, and then
Mm.
the children are in the room, they're on their tablets,
Mm.
they are watching movie, or they are doing one
Mm.
thing or the other, and there seems to be no connection. And we are created to be a social being. So you find out that being together, it's not about our staying together now. It's about how connected we are psychologically, emotionally, because what our mental health is comprised of is about three critical things. Number one is our emotional state. Number two is our psychological state. And number three is our social state. So if any of these states is having any challenge, they will definitely have an adverse effect on the total well-being of that person, especially when it comes to his mental health. Now, for example, when you get home and then you find out that the husband is doing something, the wife is doing something different, they are in the same place. They are living in the same room. You understand? So, but emotionally, there is a disconnection. You don't know what the wife is going through. You don't know what the husband is going through. And that will definitely create a whole lot of ripple effect. One of them is suicide ideation, and some other related issues. So you find out that if we now move a step ahead of even smartphone now, you find out that somehow now we are tending towards that kind of scenario now, because we are going to have less offices. Because sometimes what makes you bond with people again might be you going to office and then you see some people and you come back home and you're supposed to bond with your friends. But right now, our offices will be taken away. So that that social gathering is also fading away now. So we are building a community whereby loneliness will be order of the day. That if you don't work on your mental health through what we are going to really discuss right in here today, it will be one of the greatest catastrophes.
We are building a community where loneliness will be the order of the day.
Will be the order of the day. Yes.
That's
will
a
be the order of the day.
Sir. Now,
yes, sir.
Now this. Just a second.
All right, bro.
Now this is very, very enlightening. Now so what as you're speaking, what I'm picturing is that you might want to look at millennials. And I say millennials now, I'm looking at it, not even those who are in their mid-20s, late 20s. I'm talking about those who are teenagers, who are their teens and early 20s. Now these guys, forget about us.
Yeah.
Some of us young people like us. Some of us are young.
We are getting advanced.
People like yourself who I have to dig that in you. Now, there are people like yourself who we are what you might call 50-50. We are partly virtual, socially virtual, and partly physically virtual. I mean physically social rather. So we are partly virtually social and then partly physically social, meaning that we are used to interacting physically and then we are used to interacting via digital means. Right?
Digital means,
we were raised in a physically social world, and then we had to learn. Then we stepped into we grew up or we became adults in the time of digital tools, right? So WhatsApp came when most of us were in our 20s, our 30s, and we're able to adapt to those things, those social media tools, while we're still in university, by the way, and they were able to adapt. Now, there are those who were born into it.
Yes.
Now, those young people who were born into it, who are now in their teens, and some of them are just in their early 20s. Now, these guys, if you check them, they communicate 70% of the time virtually.
Of the time. Yes.
They communicate 70% of the time virtually. I mean, they play games with people all over the world, and they've never seen the world at all. So they are playing a game on their Xbox or on their PlayStation, and they're playing with somebody in the US or somebody in Turkey, and they're in Nigeria. And they just play, and all they know is, and you see them when they talk, they say, "Oh man, I killed you, I shot you, I scored a goal against you," and they are communicating over what you call earpieces with that person. I mean, virtually. So they've created a world already that even you and I, no matter how virtual we think we have been, we are not as virtual as them.
We are far behind them.
40 or 50-50 or something. But they are like 70-30. On the way they relate. So they have a lot of friends that they probably have never seen in their life. Now, we haven't said that haven't mentioned this reality. We also know that it also means that their mental health, what do you think is the state of their mental health when they are not used to communicating with people on a physical level? Do you think that
Yeah.
it's a detriment to their mental health and their emotional
Mm,
health, or do you
mm,
think that they are used to it, they will be able to deal with it, especially in this time now
mm.
that we now have to, even we that were born with physical contact now have to
Yeah.
reduce physical contact? Don't you
Mm.
think it would be easier for them? But do you think that their mental health should be a cause of concern?
Yeah. Okay. Like I said earlier on, their mental health is definitely a cause of concern, because if you check the rate at which we have mental health related issues, it is it is usually high percentage, that is gotten from the
That
age
age
range that
range.
you mentioned, that
Mm-hmm.
age range. And, for example, the depression rate that I said now, between age 18 to around 20 and 25, it is about
Mm.
60% increase, because
Wow.
they are the ones who are so much vast. We are just playing catch up with them. There are
Mm.
thousands of those applications that we don't even know how to operate. And you ask someone who is a teenager, and they know a lot about those things, and they have the ability to connect with the world, at large, without leaving
Mm.
their room. But
Yeah.
mind you, just like I said at the start of this cast, that we are created to be a social being. But
Mm.
technology, as it advances, it's trying to take away that from us. So that means something will give way, and that might be our health. So it will be a
Mm.
challenge now if we begin to now neglect that aspect of working consciously now, because it will take a deliberate effort now, because we have to now come to that realization that we should not sacrifice our health, which mental health is one of them, for technological advancement. Technological advancement, or advancement of technology, is perfect, is good, because we have what I call the beauty, the beast, and then the best practice of this technology. So it is good that we advance technologically. But the truth is, we must be very careful that it should not cost us anything that has to do with our health. And that's why you have some people who are environmental scientists, people who are mental health experts. They are talking about how to create a striking balance to make sure that these things, does not cost us a whole lot. Because come to think of it, there is what is called the tip of our health iceberg. The tip of our health iceberg.
Yes,
You
I'm listening
know,
to you.
we focus so much on what is called the physical health, which is comprised of our diet and exercise. Diet and exercise. You watch what you eat, then you go to the gym, you hit the gym, you want to have six packs. Whereas someone like us, what we have is Indomie Super Pack. Okay, you understand? That's an advert for Indomie. Maybe the next shift conference we are going to have, there should be a sponsor. Okay. Do you understand? So we
Yeah.
focus so much on our health. We focus, on our physical health, rather, on diet and exercise. But
Yeah.
those are just the tip. What about the mental health? What about occupational health? What about environmental health? All those things are things that we know, and they even form the bottom line or the baseline of our 360 degrees health. Come to think of it now, a stadium is taken away from us now, because very soon now you have virtual reality. You'll be watching
I don't even
matches
know how that
from
would
from your
feel.
room,
You know, some of us still have this dream of visiting our stadiums. Some
or
of us
visiting our, you
we haven't visited
understand.
Old Trafford, or we haven't visited the Emirates. You might be thinking, you haven't visited Stamford Bridge. I'm thinking, when I travel, or I'll find time, I'll just go and
Do you
visit
do you get it?
those
You know,
your
New
stadiums that
Camp,
you dreamt about of a time in your life.
Santiago,
Now we don't even know if
Bernabeu.
that's going to be possible anymore.
If that is going to be
That is
possible
a mental health
anymore.
challenge for me right now.
Do you understand? So it will create a mental health challenge for us, but we know that they come with great advantage. But if those little challenges are not well managed, somehow it will outweigh whatever advantage it is giving to us. Because the basics of life is for us to live our life. Let me even define what mental health is. So our viewers can even understand. Number one, let me create a distinction between mental health and mental illness, because the two are not the same. Mental illness are those disorders that occur in the brain, like depression, like schizophrenia, bipolar disorder. Those ones are mental illnesses. But when you talk about mental health, I like it because it is all encompassing. And according to the World Health Organization definition, I like how it was defined. It is defined as a state of well-being, whereby an individual can achieve his or her own potential. Look at how critical it is. Can achieve his or her own potential. That's one. Can cope with the normal stress of life. Now, can you see? And then can contribute immensely or positively to his own immediate environment or its own community. Now, what really, strike me about the definition is the fact that there will be stress, because in that definition, it talks about coping with stress. And that is the point. If we have so much advanced technologically and we don't, or we lack that ability to cope with stress, that is where the problem will come from. In a society whereby, just like you said, the millennia now, they don't even know how to really, the little strategies that is involved in coping with stress. Some of them might even be speaking to somebody next to you, but they have been taken away from the world totally because they operate in the virtual world right now. And if it continues that way, that means a little thing that happens to them will lead them to be trying to overcome that on their own. And when they find out that their strength is not enough to overcome that, they resort to things like suicide. And that is why it is also high in that age range right now. And that's why it is important that we talk about the mental health of everybody generally, because it talks about how you can cope with the normal stress of life. And let's also make it understandable to people that sometimes what used to be a stressor to us might be a pleasure to someone else. Because way back now, we used to go to offices, but right now, it is becoming like a stress to people now. Before it used to be do you understand? It used to be a thing of joy that you want Monday to come, you go to work to see people. But if you stay in the place I stay, in Lagos, Nigeria, because of traffic, when it's a Sunday night, looking at Monday would be like, a nightmare for you, because you go through a hell of traffic. Going to work is no longer enjoyable for you again. And right now, you are saying, okay, you will now want to embrace, walking away from office, that is working from home. But along the line, it might create another pressure and another tension on you of you working without resting. Because you have your phone on you, you have every other gadget that you can work with, and you will be so much engrossed in that kind of attitude that you will even forget to eat sometimes. You are pressing your phone, you are chatting with people can reach you from all the four corners of the world, you are consulting to, and then you're happy about it. But you are forgetting the fact that somehow you are killing another part of you indirectly.
Awesome. So, wow. So this has been loaded in the last 20 minutes that we've been talking now. Now, I think at this point, I'm just going to let you step into those 7 prescriptions that you said you had in mind.
Okay.
And that you wanted to share with us. So, Kule, please share with us, what's the first prescription to help you mental health prescription? Because our topic again is 7 prescriptions for mental health in a socially distant world. 7 prescriptions for mental health in a socially distant world. So what will be your number 1 prescription for mental health in a socially distant world?
Okay, number 1 thing is for you to be a mindful user of technology. Be a mindful user of technology. So that is why you will know number 1 thing is that, as in under that being a mindful user, that you can't pour from an empty cup. You have to take care of yourself first. You have to take care of yourself first.
Yes.
Because I find out that sometimes we want to be to other people what we are not to ourselves. You want to be somebody who will tell people how to make money and you have not even taught yourself. We want to be a counselor to people and you have not counseled yourself. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it will create a huge gap if you are not a mindful user. Being a mindful user makes you put yourself into consideration, even in the era of technological advancement that we're experiencing now. You have to cater for yourself. You know that you need to be well, you need to be okay, you need to be fine mentally, so
Yes.
that it will help you help other people. So number one thing, you
Be a mindful user of technology.
be a mindful user of technology. That's number one thing, and that will inform, in fact, how you make use of your phone. You know, there are times you need to even put your phone to sleep. Just let your phone be rest, even if it is for 10 minutes or if it's for 15 minutes a day. Have a phone free time every day, because
Create a phone
it
free time.
create a
Create a
phone
phone
free
free
time.
time.
Every day, every day. It has a way of, you know, of helping you, because you can't, your
Now,
brain
this phone
can't be
free time, do you
working.
think it's best? Sorry,
Yeah,
Kunle, this phone free time, do you think
yeah.
it's best that you do it when you're about to sleep at night, or you create a phone free time in your day?
Okay. I think the best practice to that is when you feel that you are overloaded. When you
Okay.
feel you are overloaded, because some people, their best time of working might be at night. Maybe they are resting during the day just to
Yeah.
have the energy to sail through the night. But when you feel you are overloaded, because if you understand the way we are created, our brain is like a library, and it is when you are you are overloaded with a whole lot of information, then you are somehow reducing the capacity of the brain to function well. And that's why God created sleep for us, because it is during that period your brain now reprograms itself, and all those things that are supposed to be working under the background will begin to come up. The brain rearranges itself just like a library. If you have a library where a book is modeled up, there is no catalog, and you are looking for a particular book, it will be very difficult for you.
Yeah.
But during that night, it's like when the books are now arranged well. And that's why you find out in the morning, sometimes it's easier for you to pick up some things. You get things done easily because the brain is
Everything is
well
sorted.
arranged.
Yes, arranged.
Yes. So
But
yes. So that is why if you overload yourself with a whole lot of things, shut down sometimes. Shut down your phone. There is no crime in it. Shut down your phone and make sure that you have a good time to yourself. There is no law against that. There's no law. And some of us, all we need to even do sometimes is to shut some notifications, because it's
don't
been
shut my
revealed that
notification, you guys. Oh, don't shut my notification. It's powerful. It's consistent. It will not.
don't
It will not
shut don't
wear you
shut
out.
don't
It
shut
will help you up.
notification of the shift conference right now. That's not what we are talking about. Okay, do you
There are
understand?
some things.
Yeah.
Insta blog Nigeria. You need to shut those notifications. Yes.
Do you get what I'm
Some also
saying? You need to
don't
shut
stop
some
harassing this
notifications
content that is going on
sometimes.
in your business.
Yes. So sometimes you need to, because those things have a way of creating addiction in us. Because it's been found out that the relationship we have with those things, they are rather addictive than satisfying. So it creates an addiction in us. It is not satisfaction. Do you think when you open that thing, oh, you want to know what is going on, you want to know what is trending? It is not really satisfying. It is an addiction now, because the more you do it, the more you begin to get engrossed. The more you want to do it, the more it is called, fear of missing out. You don't want to miss out,
Yeah, FOMO.
of
Yeah,
FOMO, of what is trending. So you
yeah.
have to be a mindful user. That's number one. I think I can move ahead now. Okay, to number two, because of our time.
Yes,
Another thing you need to do in order to
BC Caris also says take a break from some apps as well.
take a
So it's not
break
just
for some apps
notification.
as well.
Some apps you just need to also take a
Yes,
break from them.
some
That's true.
yes,
That's
you
very
need.
true.
Yeah,
Number
it's
two,
perfectly true. Number two, then you need to fill your feed with positivity.
feel your
Fill your feed with positivity.
Sorry, I don't understand English. Oh.
Yeah. You know what is a Facebook feed, Instagram feed,
Oh,
all
your
those
feed.
things
Oh,
are
okay.
called
Feel your
feed.
feed with
Yes.
possibility. Okay, oh, okay. You know,
Yes.
you
Feel your
motivational speakers. Some of us we don't understand this thing. Fill your feed with possibility, positivity.
with positivity. Yes, fill your
Yes.
feed with positivity. You know, most especially this period now, you know what the world is going through right now. You have a whole lot of things, you know, and then you even have people who come to show you some things about the news, about what is going on. There are conspiracy
Yeah. There's a lot of
theories and all
negative
the
news out there.
a whole lot of negative news out there about people who are dying. You rarely hear about people who are surviving. You understand? And all those things have a way of translating into fear in people. And when that thing creeps in, it affects your mental health. And you begin to think whether you are going to escape this or not. You know, some people are even asking, should we pack our bag and baggage, whether it's the end of the world? If you
Where do
pack
you want to go?
everything, just
Mars?
pack it to my house.
Maybe you wanted to call Elon Musk and see how far will that transportation to Mars.
Do you
So
understand?
well, quickly,
So
BC
yeah.
said that fill your field. It's not field, BC
Mm,
he meant. He said feed. That
mm.
is Feed.
Feed.
You know, your Facebook feed,
FEED.
your Instagram feed,
Feed.
your social media feed.
Yeah.
That's what it means. So go ahead.
Yeah. Fill it with positivity. And then sometimes it helps you because I don't know, you know, Facebook does something called what's it called now? What's that thing called? Something that will remind you what you've done in the past. They will just bring
Yes,
a
yes,
post.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
What's that thing called now? This man, we are getting old though.
You are getting old. See, I'm a small boy.
Oh God.
Um, so I can't remember. Memory.
Memory.
Yes, I can't imagine. There's
Yes.
memory
So
that we can't remember. I can't imagine.
can you imagine? So it will bring you a post that you had in the past. But do you know that sometimes you look at those things and then you even get inspired yourself? So it's
Yes,
because there is positivity in
in
your
your
past
feed.
post, in your
Yes,
feed. So
yes.
fill your feed with positivity because sometimes you
Awesome.
will meet them. Yeah.
So because we are in a we now use digital tools a lot and we use a lot of social media for socialization. What Kunle is saying is
Yes.
that we need to put positivity consistently. We need to post positive stuff and then follow
Mm.
positive things. Follow people that
Mm-hmm.
share positivity more than people who just. It's
Yeah.
good to follow news. It's okay,
Yeah.
but also
Yeah.
follow positive people people that share positive stuff, pages or accounts that share positivity.
Yeah.
It's very, very
Yeah.
important, especially at these times.
Very
Very
important.
essential for your mental health. Yeah,
Yeah.
number
Yeah.
three, sir.
So number three is for you to spend time with people who are good for your mental health.
Spend time virtually
Hmm.
now, Abby.
Either virtually or even in real time. Spend time with people who are good for your mental health. Let me give you an instance. There are some people you engage with, and they mean what you encounter or what you experience will be things such as competition. You know, you want to outdo each other,
Okay.
and it definitely will create a kind of stress in you. You know, stress is just, it's something that comes with either psychological or emotional tension. For example, you see how people look, you see how your friend looks on his or her page, and then can you see my latest picture? Yes. Can you see that I'm dope, I'm this, I'm that, and then you also want to better that, and then you keep doing that. It will lead to a kind of competition that is not healthy for you.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying putting up pictures are bad. Do you
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
But if it's somehow unhealthy for you to do some things, if there are some people who are dragging you to that, then that means you have to reduce your association with those people. Do you
So
do, you-
in
do you
other
get the
words,
point now?
yeah, I get it. So in other words, there are people who create healthy competition. Now, the kind of competition that
Yes.
helps that healthy competition is the kind of competition that you have a friend or a close person that when they achieve anything, they want to encourage you to do likewise and achieve likewise
Yeah,
and be able to move forward as well.
likewise.
That's it's a bit
Mm-hmm.
competitive, but it's healthy. It's slightly
Yeah,
competitive,
but
but it's
it's
healthy.
healthy.
So because you are
Yeah,
helping each other to grow. So okay, so
grow.
pretty much I want to believe in
Yeah.
that relationship you and I have is healthy competition so far
Mm-hmm.
because we help each other
Healthy
grow. We always
competition. Yeah.
encourage each other. Ah, Baba, you can do this. Baba, this is what you
Mm.
should do next. We encourage and push each
Mm-hmm.
other. If you don't have friends like that,
Mm.
then you don't have real friends. Now,
You don't.
however, there are some other friends that you will have. But when you are done with them, you go and look at yourself and be like, what kind of life is my own? Because what
Do you
they do is
understand?
that they just show off on what they've achieved and this is what I've done, this is what I've done. It's good, it's
You
nice.
get
You
it.
can celebrate them, you can be happy for them, but
Mm.
if it's too
Mm.
much, it can make you begin to look at yourself that me too, I need to try better now. Yes, you need to try better, but if you can do so from a different perspective, from a different mindset of I
Mm-hmm.
am encouraged, I
Mm-hmm.
am moving forward, as opposed to I'm
Mm-hmm.
discouraged, I need to do better. So that those are two
Yeah,
differences. So if you have
there are two
friends, you have
different
people
things.
that are not good for your mental health, you need to break away
Mental
from them.
health.
And if you know that
Breakaway, yes.
when you
Breakaway.
the way simple way to know is when you are done with them, you will feel better about yourself, or you will feel inspired, or you feel
Mm-hmm.
encouraged.
Mm-hmm.
Or
You're
if
right.
you are done with them, you feel discouraged and you feel like
Yeah.
dissatisfied with where you are.
Yeah.
Then you need to know that these
Yeah.
people are not good for your mental health.
You're right. Perfectly.
I
You're
hope
right. People
I
that
had to just chip that in, so we just do it as a conversation.
yes, that's exactly. So people
Yes.
that will not create undue comparison, that you begin to compare yourself, unduly. You understand?
Mm.
Some will even call you, say, you have posted pictures since yesterday, so you have not liked, as if you are doing campaign to like pictures. Do you understand?
Hey,
Let it come
let me say
naturally.
that. That's probably the ladies needed to hear that one. Ladies, I'm sure you probably have some real friends that say you did not like my picture. And you have
You
not
did
used
not like
like
my
on
picture.
Instagram to determine
So it will
friendship.
now be competition. You get
Eh,
it? So you should not, there shouldn't be undue comparison, or
no.
somebody posted with a car, then you now look, okay, what next will I do? Or a 2006 model, you want to do yours with a 2007 model. Then the next time she posts or he posts, you see 2000 so somehow competition will set in. We are not, so mind you, we are not saying those things are bad. But if it begins to create mental stress on you, if it
For
begins to
you,
create undue
yes.
comparison on, yeah,
And it's making you
those
feel
kind of people are
dissatisfied
not good for your
with
mental
the
health.
little that you have or the little you've
With the
achieved,
little one that
then you
you
might want to
have,
rethink that relationship.
you get it, you
Fantastic.
get
Number
it. So
four,
spend
before
time
we
with
move on.
people. Yeah. So number 4 is a very, very, straightforward and simple strategy. If it is harming your mental health, it's time to log off.
If
If it
it's
is
harming your
harming your
mental
mental
health,
health,
it's time to log off.
it's time to log off. Some things we have gotten so used to them that they have created an addiction in us. And if those things are harming our mental health, we still want to get hold to those things. Just like someone said earlier on, there are some applications that you need to even uninstall on your phone. If it's harming your mental health, whatever it is, if it is an association, if it's a place, if it's harming your mental health, it's time to log off. And that will also go to even the point of workplace right now. There are some things in workplaces that, all these things that will happen next will even redefine HR duty, the CEOs and everything, because a whole lot of people are suffering regarding their mental health at workplaces, and they are not even being considered. And that's why their productivity, their performance will be low, because somehow your productivity, your performance had been directly linked with your mental health. If your mental health is suffering, there is no how you perform perfectly. And that's why some people, maybe what they need is even a change of job for them to survive, sincerely speaking, because where they are might be harming their mental health. And if it continues that way, that's why you see some people who are so, they are well paid in their job, and at the end of the day, you find out that so person went and and took his life.
Yeah,
So if it's
yeah.
harming your mental health,
It's
it is
time to
time
log
to log
off.
off.
Okay, before we go to
It's
number
time.
five, I saw a brother of mine just tuned in. Cornell Agu. Agu. Good to see you, man. It's been a while.
Cornell.
How are you doing? All
It's
right,
been a
so
long while, bro.
Lord. So number 5, you're saying number 5. Now let's move to number 5.
Okay. Number 5 is what I call the OK strategy. The OK strategy. OK.
What
OK
does okay
strategy.
strategy mean?
The OK strategy, number 1, is for you to understand the fact that it is okay not to be okay sometimes.
You must understand that it's okay not to be okay
Not
sometimes.
to be okay sometimes. So that whenever you are feeling down in your mental health, don't beat yourself up. It's not peculiar to you alone. Every one of us, one time or the other, we
We have
have
times when we're
issues
not
with
okay.
ourselves. There are times we even also need people to help us out. That's why sometimes it's even good to check on people who seem the strongest. And that's why we should give kudos to our health workers right now. We should stay with them. If you have anyone who you are close to, you can give them a call, share them on, because we feel they are all good because they are health workers. Sometimes they also need to be reached out to.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's okay not to be okay. So we should come with that consciousness. So when you are not okay, it's not peculiar to you. When you are not okay, I mean, it's not because you are the most sinful in the world, but sometimes it is okay not to be okay. So when you realize that fact, then you will definitely know how to now handle whatever case you are going through. So that is okay strategy number 1. It's okay not to be okay. Number 2, it's okay to even cancel a commitment. Sometimes it's okay to cancel a commitment.
Okay.
Sometimes it's okay to say no.
Okay.
Do you understand? Yeah, sometimes it's
Okay.
okay to say no. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay to turn back sometimes. That's what I call the retreat strategy. The retreat strategy. If
It's
you go
okay
to
to turn
army,
back.
it's okay to turn back when you want to re-strategize, or you want to, let's use the word retreat right now,
Or
because most of
you've
us
taken an action already. You started it off and you realize this thing might not work. It's okay
might not
to turn
work
back and go back on that
and go
on that
back,
thing
and
entirely.
then you understand, because some of those things that we do sometimes are harming us, but because we have set out to do them, you don't want to turn back, you don't want to retreat. You've forgotten that even the car you drive has a reverse gear. You understand? So sometimes it's okay. So that's the okay strategy. Sometimes it's okay to even say no. It's
Yeah.
okay not to pick some calls sometimes,
Yeah, it's okay
because
not to pick some calls. Some of us need to know that. You don't have to pick every
you know
call, and it's okay
you
not to
don't have
respond to
to.
some messages. It's
That's
okay
that's
not to
the
respond to
truth.
some messages. Some
If
messages
it's
just don't
going to
deserve your
help your mental
response.
health, it's okay. It's okay, because your life comes first. Like the first thing we mentioned, to be a mindful user of whatever gadgets you are using, then you have to feel. I mean, you have to. I mean, be concerned about yourself first. You can't pour from an empty cup. Your life comes first. You have to be healthy first. So if the call is going to harm you, you might put it on hold. You might not pick the call. You might just stay off. So it's okay to say no. It's okay not to pick some calls. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay to cancel some commitments. Sometimes
It's okay
you
not to
want to
answer some
get
text
committed to
messages.
every. It's okay not to answer some text messages. You can't be everywhere at all times. Even though we are in a virtual world right now, we're getting there. You have to increase your capacity of reaching out to people, but that doesn't mean you will do everything. Right now, people will start consulting you from Asia, from Australia, but at a point in time, there is a limit to what you can do. And if
Yeah.
you keep stretching yourself beyond that limit, it will create tension on you. That tension is what we call stress. And that stress would directly affect your mental health. So sometimes, some commitments, how we have seen people who have sold tickets about a concert or about a speaking engagement, but at the end of the day, they find out that they could not cope. They will have to issue an apology to people that we are sorry we could not go ahead. So, and people will have to understand. So sometimes it's okay to cancel commitment. That is called the OK
Fantastic.
strategy. The OK strategy.
Okay. Okay. So it's okay to say okay. So number 6 now. Let's go.
Number 6, we also have to um, take cognizance of our physical health, because
Take cognizance
somehow
of health.
Your physical health too has a way of impacting your mental health. Your physical health has a way of impacting your mental health. And when you talk about your physical health, I think I mentioned it earlier on, you are talking about diet and exercise. Diet
Yeah.
and exercise. So sometimes you hit the gym, it will help your mental health, and the food we eat too. It's not about, expensive meals. It's about balanced diet. A diet that contains what your body will require. And if you find out that this will help us a lot now, because the way the world is moving now, I mean, where the world is moving to now, there will be less movement. Don't you think so? We are not going to offices again. I don't have to come to your house to see you and play PS. We can play from a distance,
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. I can beat you on FIFA from anywhere in the world. I can still trash your Manchester United
I can
with my
still beat
Arsenal.
you with my Manchester United, you understand,
You know
even
you
wherever
wish.
I am.
You know
So
you wish.
there is less movement, but it will have a health implication, because what about people getting obese? So that means you need to take more cognizance of your physical health too,
Yes.
right, through your diet and
So you
through
must
exercise.
be
Exercise.
intentional about it and be disciplined.
You must be intentional and be disciplined about it. And then to all mothers, it is found out, it is, research revealed that um, you are not only a product of what you eat, you are a product of what your mother ate.
Wow. Wow.
Because there is a
Wow.
correlation between children who are born by people whose mother, who are born by mothers who ate well, that they are less likely to be susceptible to depression, to
Are
the
you
tune of
joking?
80%. Yes.
Are you joking? That's
So if you
research.
if a mother eats well, that somehow the capacity of that child against depression is high.
Wow, that's a research. That's
Yes.
amazing. That's
So
amazing. So
so
eating
that
healthy is
that's
very essential, even
eating healthy
even
is
up to
very
your mental
essential
health, even for the mental health of your
for your
child.
mental
Eating
for the
healthy
mental
is
health
very,
of your
very
child.
essential.
So the question is, what are you eating? What are you eating? How well are you eating for your child? To the
Okay,
mothers at home who are listening now. Okay.
okay, Kune.
So that's
Our
number
time is
6. Yeah.
almost spent. So our time is almost spent. So
Okay.
we're going to go to the
Yeah.
last point and then round off. Now, but before we do that, I want to
And then we
remind
round off.
anyone who has just tuned in that this is the Shift Conference. We've been going on now. This is the day 8 of the Shift Conference, and we've had amazing speakers. And right now we are speaking and having a conversation with a top mental health expert and advocate, the founder of the Live and Not Die initiative, my brother and friend Kunle Pelemo. And the topic that we're discussing is none other than 7 prescriptions for mental health in a socially distant world. Socially distant world is a world filled with technology, filled with digitalization. So Ankunle has
Yeah.
given us 6 topics, six points already. If you missed them, you want to
Yes.
go and watch this on my page after. But Kunle, give us the number
Yeah.
7 right now.
The number 7 point, which is the last but not the least that I would give, is very simple. And I want everybody to say this after I have said it, and you keep reiterating that over and over again. And that is the fact that asking for help is not a sign of weakness. Ask for help. Ask for help. So there are times whereby you have issues with your mental health. Do not hesitate to ask for help if it's beyond what you can handle. We have self-care, which is also
Can I
termed
ask a question?
self-help.
Can I ask a
Yes,
question
sir.
in that statement?
Okay.
How do you know
Yeah.
that you have signs of mental health? Or sorry, of your mental health being needing help? How do you know when you know your mental health
Good.
needs help?
Good. Some of them are, sign of hopelessness.
Okay.
When you begin to see people talk that way, don't take it for granted. When somebody says, I'm tired of this world, don't just take it lightly. Don't just think this person is just saying this out of nowhere. Don't just think that person is just saying it. It's a thought that had gone through a whole lot of process before that person could utter such a thing out. You understand? So sign of hopelessness, then you have loss of energy, lack of interest. Somebody who is interested in a particular thing, if someone like me now finds out that I'm no longer interested in.
All right, so we're back. Apparently, I thought we had like 4 minutes. That thing doesn't show me the time somewhere, but I thought we had like 4 minutes. Apparently, we just had just a few seconds left. So I will be bringing Kunle back now, and then what we'll be doing is just rounding off. So we'll be rounding off in about 10 minutes, not more than that. So I'm waiting for him to tune in. But so far, he has shared 7 prescriptions of for mental health in a socially distant world. 7 prescriptions for mental health in a socially distant world. And he said, number 1, be mindful of your use of technology. Okay, so he's coming back up. So let me just bring him up and let's this up. Dead so far, and a lot of us have joined in. So I can see many people joining in and have. So we'll just be doing this for the next 10 minutes. Once Kule comes up.
Okay.
Yes, sorry about that. I thought we had like 2-3 minutes left. Apparently, we had just seconds. So we're just going to do this in about 5-10 minutes and just call it a night.
Okay.
So far,
yeah.
Sorry about the break in transmission. You were saying
No
that asking for help is the 7th prescription you were given was to
the
ask
7th
for
prescription.
help. It's not a sign of weakness.
So that people should know whenever you are in need of, a help as per your mental health, ask for help from professionals sometimes, or from, people who can help you, a therapist. It doesn't, it does not show that you are, you are weak, and then there should not be any stigma attached to that. Do not be ashamed of asking for help.
Before the break, or before we went logged off, was that I was asking what are the signs that you need to know that you need to check your mental health. And you mentioned that signs of hopelessness, signs of losing interest, loss of energy.
Loss of energy, lack. Then sleeplessness, when you're experiencing, sleeplessness, you're not able to sleep as you should. Then some people, it will also reflect in the way they dress. Somebody who used to dress so well, after a while, he doesn't even care.
So is this part of loss of interest?
Yeah, it might be as a result of loss of interest. So those are the signs that you can, that are noticeable when someone is having issue.
If I may, so what we're looking at is a situation whereby if you realize that you might want to check your mental health, KP is saying that it's a situation where maybe you're beginning to feel hopeless about life, about your situations, and then maybe you also begin to lose interest in life and the things that you have passion for. So those things that you have strong passion for, but all of a sudden you begin to just lose interest and you're just wondering what the heck. You understand? Or maybe you are saying that you are beginning to have low energy and you just don't have energy to do things. You're just like
to do things.
You just want to just sit down, be a couch potato, and just sit somewhere and just watch TV all day. And you have no interest whatsoever in what is going on around you and how to make impact and how to improve yourself and move things forward. These things some of them, not all the time. These things
not all the time.
Check. Maybe if you're not sleeping well as well, maybe you wake up at night and you're just thinking. Another thing I might want to point to is issues of maybe you begin to have serious cases of anxiety that you are just worried unnecessarily for things that on a good day you shouldn't be worried. There's okay to be worried, but there's when things are not going well. But when you're just unnecessarily anxious, you're like, what
you're having panic attacks.
How do I know? When you are just unnecessarily negative, is also something else you might want to check. When you're just unnecessarily negative about everything, and you might also want to also be careful of people who are just unnecessarily negative about everything as well. Either you help them find help, or you just if maybe you avoid them if they want to stay in the negativity. So those are other things that might be a red
Those are
flag to
symptoms.
being in an optimum mental state. So if you see these things, you might want to say, even in yourself or others, you might want to say, how do I help you do better? How do I help myself do better? And the easiest way, like KP said, is that you need to go and ask for help from a professional.
For help.
It's mental health is not what you can. It's not what you can use Panadol for. So it's not something you can just go and see your pharmacist and say, please, I'm not sleeping.
Help me with.
Give me Valium.
Give me.
Just sleep. Sleep, everything will be fine. Mental health doesn't work that way. So you need to.
It doesn't work that way.
You need professional help to be able to sit down with you. There are clients and let me tell you this, PK. The clients, and you know the line, my work as a coach, as a therapist, the clients I have they have come to me, and they've come because they're not performing well at work or they're not achieving their goals. So, and when we sit down in those sessions and they think it is actually their work and their goals, by the time we start, PK, you will not believe, by the time we delve deep, because I like to be very thorough with my coaching sessions. Now, when time we delve deep into what is really going on, they find a lot of them find out that it's more of an emotional issue or a mental issue that they're dealing with that is spreading out or that's infecting, let me use that word, other areas of their lives, their work life, their business. That's what's affecting them, not allowing them to be able to perform at the optimum. Okay, so by the time we then deal with those issues, they just switch back to optimum performance, and they just begin to deliver. And a lot of times, I'm calling to check up on them and say, "How you doing?" And like, "Oh, coach, we're doing great. Oh, I'm doing awesome. Good. Thank you so much," and all of that. So I totally agree with you on your thoughts on this, PK.
Okay.
I totally agree with you, boss. I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, now, before I go further, and we are bringing it to a close now, and I'm just going to run through the things that KP has said. And before I do that, I just quickly want to shout out to my old man, my dad. He's always tuning in every day. Since I will be shouting out to him.
I can see that. Shout out to Daddy.
Thank you for always. And every time
we love you, Dad. Thank you.
Every time he has one correction to make about my English one way. Like I am going to have to deal with that for the rest of my life. That man is a walking dictionary. Now, so the seven prescriptions that KP has mentioned today, and on how to be able to maintain good mental health in a socially distant world is number one. Be mindful of your use of technology. Be mindful of your use of technology. He said, create a phone-free time every day. Create a phone-free time every day. 10, 15, 20 minutes when you feel overloaded with work and too much attention, your attention is drawn, especially on your phone. Too many things are drawing for your attention at once. Work, especially if you're like me, who now runs a virtual team. So work is pulling from here, there, and there. I have other things I'm doing online. All those stuff are working at once. You need to create like a 15, 20 minutes. Just put your phone on sleep and just zone into something else. Just relax, something that relaxes you. And then come back 20 minutes, 30 minutes later. The world will not have come to an end. I guarantee you. So number two, KP said, fill your feeds with positivity. And we wanted to be sure that you understand what that feed is. Fill, F-I-L-L, your feed, F-E-E-D, with positivity, meaning that KP said that our social media feeds can be filled with so much negativity, so much distractions, so much things that are not beneficial to our mind and our mental health. So you want to fill your feed. Make sure that you are following people that are always posting positive things. Make sure you yourself are posting positive things. He did mention about how Facebook brings your memories back.
Facebook memories.
Memory of something annoying you posted. Facebook will bring it back for you.
It will show up.
Affect your mental health now. So always post positive.
You're right.
Always follow
Yeah.
positive people that share positive stuff, and it will help your mental health every day. Now, number
Yeah.
three,
Yeah.
spend time with people who are good for your mental
For your
health.
mental
Yes,
health.
so spend time with people who are good for your mental health, meaning that
Mental
some
health.
people who just, when you spend time with them, when you are done with them, you just begin to feel bad about your life and you begin to feel
Yeah.
down. There are some people that
Mm.
even when you are happy about what you achieved, by the time you speak with them finish, you now feel like, well, that thing that you achieved now looks insignificant to you, and then your
Insignificant. Yeah.
confidence drops and your self-esteem
Absolutely.
drops. So you want to
Yeah.
make sure that you are careful with who you spend your time with. Spend time with
With
people who are good
people
for
who
your
are
mental
good
health.
for your
That was
mental health.
number
Yeah. Mm.
three, right? Now,
That's
number
three.
four,
Yeah.
KP also mentioned. These are all the things KP mentioned because I was writing them down as he was speaking. If it's
Good.
harmful for your
Good.
health, mental health, it is time to log
It's
off.
time to log off.
If
Yeah.
that thing is harmful for your mental health, if maybe you have seen too many negative news on coronavirus,
Yeah.
log off.
You get it. Log off.
KP, I will tell you categorically. I just these
Yeah.
days I only go to the news to go and get information. Once I'm done with the information,
Good.
I zone out. I
You
move
are.
off news
That is
because
that.
I
That
just want to know
works
what's going on and I move off. I don't dwell too
perfectly.
much on because there's so much negativity out there.
There is
I think it
so
was you I was
much.
talking to the other day.
1,001 negativities. Mm.
I think it was you I was talking to the other day, and I was telling you how I noticed one of these big media houses abroad
Mm.
was talking
Yeah.
about the virus and how many people are getting what's the word, getting
Infected
infected every day, and
every
then
day.
after propagating the infection and the deaths about 20 times, they will now do one small announcement that so and so people, one announcement that so and so people have survived, they are doing healthy, they are doing well, and they did this.
Mm.
Once they do that one coverage of positivity, they go
Yeah.
back to 20 coverages
Yeah.
of negativity. And I said,
Of
wow,
negativity.
this is
That's
what
that's
these people,
harmful.
they are being deliberate. They are trying to create fear in the
Yeah,
hearts of
in
people
you.
so that people can be afraid. We're not saying that this thing is not real, it's not killing people,
Yeah.
but the
Mm.
negativity itself will kill people even the more. The
Kill
fear
people
itself
faster.
will kill
Yeah.
people faster than even the virus.
You're right. You're
So
right.
you
You're
need
right.
to
You're right.
learn if it's harming your mental health, like KP said, it's time to log
It's
off.
time to
Switch off
log
that channel
off.
if
Yeah.
it's not, if you go and
Mm.
watch cartoons so you can laugh. Watch a comedy
Nah.
skit so you can laugh.
Watch a
A merry
comment.
heart
Yeah. Yeah.
is good for the Bible says the merry heart is good for your body. I mean, is that how the Bible says?
Mm.
Yes.
For the
So
soul. Mm-hmm.
it's good for
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
soul and it's good for your body
Mm.
as well. So number five,
Yeah.
KP said the okay strategy. It is okay not to be okay. It is okay
Yeah.
to not answer certain
To say
calls. It is
no.
okay to say
It's
no.
okay to
It's okay
cancel a
not to respond to
commitment.
certain text messages. It is okay. If it's
Yeah.
going to
It's
affect your
okay.
mental health, it is okay to log off
It's
from it.
okay.
It is
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're not okay, it's okay to know
It's
that it's okay
okay.
to not be okay because
It's
nobody is perfect. And
yeah.
until you are not okay for a long time, that's when you now realize, okay, I need to
Mm-hmm.
find solution
You
and
need
find
help.
help. But
You're
once in a
right.
while,
You're right.
when you're
You're
not
right.
just feeling okay, you're not feeling too well, you're not feeling too happy,
Mm-hmm.
it's fine.
No,
Sadness
it's
is a human
okay. It's
emotion,
fine.
right?
You get it.
Now, number
Absolutely.
6, take cognizance of your mental health.
Of you.
KP said, take
Mm.
cognizance of your mental and take cognizance of
Mm.
your physical
Your
health.
physical health.
Take
Physical health.
cognizance of your physical health, meaning that
Health.
your mind and your body are intertwined. They work as a
Yeah.
unit. Now, if you
Yeah.
want to change your emotions, one of the fastest way to change your emotions is by changing
Mm.
your body posture. So it has been
Your
found out that
state. Yeah.
a research was done in Harvard University, KP. A research was done
Yeah.
in Harvard
Yeah.
University, and they said that if a woman stands like Wonder Woman for 3
Mm.
minutes, if you're feeling
Yeah.
maybe you're lacking confidence, you're feeling low self-esteem, and you're feeling just down, and you stand like Wonder
Yeah.
Woman for 3 minutes, your
Yeah.
testosterone levels will rise up and your cortisol levels will drop. You don't know what if you don't know
Bro.
what testosterone is, your testosterone level. I mean, your testosterone level and your feel good hormones. They're called feel good hormones.
Yeah.
Testosterone and then what's the second one called? Sorry, it skipped my head. I'll remember later. Now, your feel good hormones will rise up in 3 minutes.
That's dopamine. Dopamine.
Dopamine. God bless you, my brother.
Yeah.
Your dopamine levels will increase, and when it increases, you feel much confident about yourself, and you feel good, or you stand like Superman, and you just stand like this for a while. Just feel the rush of powerfulness, just run through you. You know why? Because every time that you are feeling powerful, that is how your body naturally poses. Every time you are feeling confident, that's how your body naturally poses. So if you are feeling down, you can reverse engineer the process by changing your position to look powerful. All of a sudden, your emotion will begin to adapt to your
that posture.
physiology. So your posture, your emotion will adapt to your posture, and it will change. So, like PK said, you need to be cognizant of your physical health, of your physiology as well, of your body posture, of your physical health and your physical body, because it is connected to your emotions. And if you look well and you act well, your mind begins to believe that you are feeling well, and then releases those feel good hormones inside of you. But
hormones
if you look dejected and you posture, you pose yourself,
and
dejected,
if you
your
position
mind
yourself in
believe that you are dejected, and begin to release toxic hormones like cortisol into your system, and then you will just begin to, you don't just know why you are sad. For the whole day might just be messed up because of that. And then number 7, if I'm not wrong, yes, number 7 is asking
number
for help.
7.
KP said asking for help is not a sign of weakness. That is
it's
powerful.
not a sign of weakness.
That is very, very powerful, sir. Thank you so much for that particular one. Because you have to know that if you need help, please reach out. I'm a therapist, I'm a coach. KP is there. He's a mental health expert as well. He's and he has a whole foundation, a whole initiative that deals with suicide prevention. I work with him. I know he knows his onions. If you have listened to this from the beginning, you will know that this man knows what he's talking about. So please, please, you want to look for help, seek for help. Sometimes the help is paid for. I agree, but sometimes the initial discussion, conversation can even do you a world of good before you even talk about going for serious therapy and all that stuff. So you need to get help. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness.
A sign of weakness.
Let me say this to women. It's been found out that women go through postpartum depression. And we don't talk about these things in Africa, because in Africa you are meant to be strong. I agree, and I recognize and I hail the strong African woman. I really do. I respect you all. I respect African women. Women generally, I respect them. But African women they were groomed to be really strong. But however, let us be honest. There's some times that your strength alone cannot carry you. You need help. You need professional help. A lot of women have had children. Maybe I've seen some women who were in their 40s who didn't plan to have children. And maybe she and her husband were playing rough play and something might enter. You understand? And then they had the baby. You have to be careful that you don't, after having those babies, sometimes a lot of those women fall into depression. And because they feel like, at my age, I'm still having children, and And women, because they are a potpourri of emotions, and they wear their emotions on their sleeves, a lot of times they are susceptible to these things, and it can, if it's not nipped in the bud on time, it can ruin that. It can ruin that woman, ruin her relationship, ruin her marriage, ruin a lot before she knows how far. So I will ask you, ladies, especially even the men, we all need to look for help concerning our mental health. If you feel weak about your mental health, please ask for help to somebody, a professional. Just share sometimes just sharing what is in your mind.
Sharing your thoughts alone is therapeutic.
I will give you another example. Another thing I do sometimes is I'm a Christian, so I talk to the Holy Spirit. So sometimes when I talk to the Holy Spirit, I am burdened to the Holy Spirit and just share. And that also puts me in a good place as well. So, but if I know that is not working, I need to talk to a professional as well. I add talking to a professional as well to it. So I think pretty much those are the 7 prescriptions KP has given us. KP in the building. Thank you, boss. Thank you, boss. Thank you, boss. So I want to say thank you to everyone
Thanks
who has
so
tuned
much.
in.
It's a privilege. Yeah.
Yes.
What did you say?
Yeah, no, please go ahead.
Yeah, I said it's a privilege being on the Shift conference. Thank you so much. It's been, hits back to back since the start of the conference. I've been so blessed. It's been amazing. It's been amazing. Speakers who had been on this show, I really have been blessed by all of them.
Yes.
Thank you so much for putting this
You have
together.
added yours to our blessing tonight. We really
I've
appreciate you.
I've tried my best.
I really appreciate you.
Thank you, bro.
If you have gained a lot from KP session, please do follow him on his handle. Is at
at
Pelemo. Yes, it's at Pelemo on
Pelemo.
Instagram. So you can follow him and follow the work he's doing. If you need help with your mental health, you can talk to him about your mental health as well. You can talk to me as well about your mental health. But more importantly, get help. That's what's important. Get help. Get professional help. That's all. That's very essential. Now, before I go, a lot of people have been coming to meet me and asking me, AAA, what are you? We need coaching for the things that we are learning so far on this platform in this conference, and I can guarantee you that we are what we are cooking is almost done, because initially we didn't plan to do anything to give out coaching or anything. It was just to give out so people can grow and develop. But there's been a clamor right now for people saying that you need to do something for us, that we need to help us implement these things and execute and prepare and re-strategize and redesign our life and our business after the Shift conference, after this after this COVID-19 or this lockdown is over. So I can guarantee you that if you want coaching from me, and then you want me to be able to help you, what we're going to do is more an implementation session where I've looked at it because of my own time as well, to be honest, I've looked at it and said, okay, what can I do quickly for you to help you be able to implement all the things I've learned so far from the first day with me, and then with Dr. Saz, especially as it pertains to your business and your personal growth. So we'll be doing more like implementation strategy sessions where I will be able to just work with you. One session, that's where we'll start from. One session where I'll be able to work with you and then help you look at your strategies for your business, for your personal life, and how you intend to move forward. Some people are looking at changing their career. Some people are looking at adding new skills and wondering what skills do they need to be able to be more effective in a post-COVID era. So I will be able to sit down with you and make it quite affordable for most of you to be able to afford and tune in, and we'll be able to do, but I won't be able to take many people. I'm looking at 10. My team is trying to tell me to stretch it to 20. I don't know if I can do 20, to be honest. I don't know if I can do 20 but people are already on my case about it. They want this. They're sending me DMs, send me personal messages. So if you want this, please go ahead, send me a DM. Let's know those who really want one-on-one coaching from me, where I will sit down and it's more of a strategy session to help you draw out a blueprint that can help you help your business more or less. What's the word I will use? Recover in this after this whole COVID-19, and help you position yourself to be able to lead in the new world era. So, but I will give you more details by tomorrow. I'll have that sorted by tomorrow, and we'll give it to you, and I'll then be pushing it in your face. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. God bless you. It was awesome. KP, Kunle Pelemo, my brother, my friend, my blood. Thanks, man.
My personal person. Baba to sure, Baba to Jai. Triply Baba.
KP.
Thanks, bro. God bless you. Yeah.
Tuning in. I saw all those my friends that tuned in. Lady Cinti, thank you for saying thank you. Who else did I see there today? Goke. I can see you, Goke. Well done. Larry Bass. Sheung Fuye, right? Yes, Laiba Sheung Fuye. And
Yeah.
I can see
Sure.
other people there,
Yeah.
Lady Oria. So many people, Ola,
Lady or
Bisi,
yeah.
it's good to see you as well.
We
There's so many people.
see.
Sylvia, Utenyi, you've always been here. Donyi was here. Yeah. Thank you all. Thank you all, everybody, for tuning in. I won't be able to mention all the names,
Goks
but thank you,
Baba.
everyone. Yes, thank you all. See you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Now, tomorrow is, Lady Oya is watching from Kenya. Oh, awesome. Thank you for tuning in, Lady Oya. You've always been there. I've always seen you watch every day. Now, tomorrow is, we are going a little bit spiritual. Let me just prepare your mind. We're going a little bit spiritual tomorrow because I believe that as human beings, we are three versions in one. We are the physical, we are a soul, and we have a soul and we live, I had to put that wrongly. We are spirits, we have a soul, we live in a body. I'll say that again. We are spirits, we have a soul, we live in a body. Now, because we are spirits, there is need to prepare as well on a spiritual level to understand the mind of God towards this post-COVID era, what this COVID era means, and then how to prepare on a spiritual level for your own development. So tomorrow I'm bringing in my sister. Awesome. They call her the general, the God's general. Awesome. Her name is Debola Deji Kurumi.